such an honor to be back with Greg Rowles today. And man, we have been through many years, and to be able to circle around with this kind of exciting news, I'm thrilled. Thank you for coming to see us today.
You're welcome. And before we get into the theater talk, because that's really why we got together, but Stephanie and I, we started on when I came to the beach over almost 21 years ago. Stephanie was the very first interview that I had on behalf of the theater when you were with Beach TV, the tourism network.
That's right.
And Stephanie and I ended up hosting so many spots there on that network together. And then we went to another network, and we have such a great history, our families. And so it's great to be back with you on camera again.
I know.
This is very official.
That's right. That's absolutely. But, I've always had a love for theater, and to know that South Carolina is going to be one of the first to open back up, and Myrtle Beach has the honor, Alabama Theater leading the way. Let's talk about the excitement of having live theater again.
Yeah, I mean, we're all excited just to get from underneath our spouses' feet again, because we've been home for 6 months, right? Singing to walls, right? And singing to anybody on the street that would stop by, please let me entertain you. And so when Governor McMaster made that announcement, it kind of caught us off guard, because Stephanie, we didn't know it was going to come so soon. We thought, we were hoping at that point, maybe Christmas. Maybe we get at least open up for Christmas. So when Governor McMaster said we're going to open the theaters, that's great. So we applied for an exemption at the Alabama Theater. And what does that mean? Now that will allow us 50% occupancy for the show. But we're all excited. Everybody's been just kind of cooped up. I mean, entertainers need to kind of, just like birds, you need to flap them wings all the time and get out there and exercise. Well, so Saturday night, September 5th, we have the grand reopen.
And talking about, the entertainers are ready. I think all of us have been cooped up. We are ready to appreciate being out again. And I think people are just craving the opportunity and maybe not taking it for granted anymore. So I'm really excited about that. Now, you guys have done all the safety procedures. Let's talk about some of those things that you've put in place.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of folks really won't feel comfortable going anywhere, to a restaurant, to wherever they happen to be going socially, until they know some of those protocols have taken place. And at the Alabama Theater, we've done just that. And I don't know all the technical stuff, but I do know that they're going to have new air in that theater 8 times an hour.
Wow.
So all the intakes, they put on the UV lights and some of those HEPA filters that a lot of folks are doing now. And if you go to the bathrooms, certain stalls have been blocked off, so you're social distancing in there. There were hand sanitizers before, but now these things are laying around like loose Skittles. I mean, they're everywhere, these hand sanitizers. So that's been put into place. When the patrons come to the theater, we want to make sure that they not only know they're safe, but they also feel comfortable. They feel they're safe. Mm-hmm. Now, yes, they're going to have to wear a mask when they're inside the theater. When they're drinking from the concession stand, or they're eating popcorn, obviously, back at their seat, they can take it off at that point. But the entire staff, all of our ticketing, our folks in concessions, the folks in the gift shop, they've all gone through safety protocol. Mm-hmm. So they can answer all your questions, whether when you call them looking for tickets, or if you come to the theater. And everybody behind the curtain, everybody in the back of the house has had COVID training as well. So we're all being socially distanced, not only backstage, but on stage. You won't see a dancer within 15 feet of a singer. And even though they've bathed, that's the CDC guidelines say we have to be that far apart. And socially distanced. And some of those places where they can't do that, they will be donning masks as well. So yes, lots of safety measures inside the theater. So we want everybody to feel safe while they're being entertained.
And I can't help, since I have you here, I know that you can't help but to look for Christmas is coming, and that's such an exciting season as well. You're like, oh yes, more rehearsals.
Stephanie's known me long enough to know that Christmas is my thing. I love Christmas. And yes, usually this time of year, Steph, we're already in rehearsals for the Christmas show.
That's right.
So in a regular scenario, the regular show would end October 23rd, 24th, right around there. The theater closes for a week, and then voila, this winter wonderland appears on November 1st. Mm-hmm. So the plan is now to get this show up and running, the grand reopening, which is the show that we left off with in March, because we only did that show for 5 weeks. And then a couple weeks in, we're going to start revamping the Christmas show and what that's going to look like. So then by November 1st or 2nd, whenever that is, when we open the show, we will be ready to go and ready for everybody to come and see. And let me tell you, out of all years, 2020 needs not just a little Christmas, it needs a whole lot of Christmas.
Yes.
And we're going to throw that at everybody.
Yes, I can't wait. I will be getting my tickets. I'm very excited.
I'll recognize you under your mask. I still will recognize you under the mask. You and Greg both.
Oh my gosh. Well, you guys get excited to have these opportunities in our own hometown. We can't take it for granted anymore. 2020 has really taught us to be more grateful and look for these opportunities. Thank you so much for visiting with us. And I hope you guys will get out and go to
Air hugs.
Air hugs. Yeah, buddy. Get some tickets, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.